The seasons changed. I had to turn the page, learn from my mistakes, grow up to break away and lose control. It's the only way to know what the future holds. See thorns or see the rose. I rise and fall, built up these walls. They fell one by one. I'm so far down this road. I look back and I see planted seeds and watch them grow. Lined up like dominoes.
Welcome to this week's episode of the Broadway Podcast. I have today Nathan Mathura. How you doing today, my friend?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing so great. It's good to have you here.
Good to be here.
It's good to have somebody of youth on the show, somebody with a different perspective. I noticed on Instagram that you were in the process of doing new music.
Yes.
Explain to me, before we go into detail with that, explain to me what led you to Nashville, because I'm assuming you're not from here.
Yeah, I'm from Dallas originally. And I grew up there, lived there my whole life until college. And I grew up kind of gigging around and being in the music industry, or trying to be as much as one can be in like high school, middle school.
Yeah.
And then I went to school in Boston, and I lived there. And then after that came to Nashville in 2019 to pursue music and to play guitar and make a living doing it. And so,
do you like it? Okay, so you're from Dallas, and like the music scene in Dallas, I'm assuming is a little different than Nashville, or is it kind of similar?
It was very different in what I experienced. I at that time in high school, I played piano in a church. I worked at like churches, so on Sundays I played at two churches. So that was like my Sunday gig, and then Saturday and Friday, I had a rock band and a jazz quartet. Yeah. And so I would try to gig either one of those kind of on the weekends. And so I wasn't in the country world at all. Didn't play country. Had no interest in playing country.
So it kind of started in the church, or just like that was just a gig that
was definitely started playing music in the church really early on. I started piano when I was 5, and kind of the first performances were at my grandfather's church. He was a minister. And so it would be playing, church or like hymns on Sundays. Yeah. And so that was kind of like my first opportunities performing really young. And then as I started getting better at guitar, I started performing that really young as well. So a lot of my earliest performances started in the church. But then as I got older, I started trying to play in different clubs and anywhere that people would have us play.
I feel like people that do music or start off in music like always start off in churches. Yes. I don't know why. It feels like it's like that's the thing. Because like I'm not a musician by no means, but like I did sing like at church. You know, like I feel like your parents kind of like push you to that.
Yes.
So I feel like the church has always been like the battleground of like music. And you kind of get to like play around with like what kind of like genres you want to do in church, like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we'll start with saying this. I did notice how you are very, very good at the guitar. I want to say it is the bass guitar.
Electric guitar.
Dude, you shred. Like,
thank you.
Honestly, like I feel like you're one of the best guitarists I've seen
Thank
downtown.
you so much. I appreciate that.
What got you to? I feel like you're very, very, very good actually.
Thank you.
What got you to? Because you said you did piano and then you did guitar. Like, what led you to the electric guitar?
So I started with piano first. I think it was like I was 5 when I started that, and then when I was like 6 or 7, there was a music shop in my town, and I had always loved guitar music, or like any music with guitar. I loved like Guns N' Roses and AC/DC when I was a kid. And so I wanted to learn to play guitar. And so the deal I made with my parents was that if I kept up with piano, I could keep learning guitar. Yeah. And so piano was the instrument I kind of had to learn, and then guitar was the instrument I wanted to learn. And so guitar for me was always the one I really loved and always was like really drawn to. And so practice was like my escape, not escape, but it was like the thing that I always looked forward to, like from school and stuff like that.
Well, you're good. I'm not gonna lie, you're really good. Like, I mean, because like there's parts like where you have like solos and stuff like that, and I'm like, man, he is up there shredding his life away, and it's great, and it's very refreshing to be able to like hear the actual chords of a song, and it's not just like played over. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And this is also a good opportunity too, because I had one of your music mates on the show last week or 2 weeks ago before CMAs, Bobby, and you're in his band.
I am. Yes.
So how those two worlds collide?
Yes.
The Bobby world and the Nathan world.
So I moved here in 2019 and had a year of just I moved here and I knew the roommate I moved down here with. We went to school together and that was it. I didn't know anybody else. And so kind of the first year was trying to get any gig I could, play with whoever I could, meet as many people, and then COVID hit.
Yeah.
And so
COVID. Oh, so you was here during COVID too?
I went back home to just be with my family during COVID. But essentially during that point, I was like, I haven't really made any progress in Nashville. Like, I have no idea what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
But one of the friends I made in that first year, his name is Dean Purificato, and he introduced me to Bobby, and Bobby needed a guitar player. And so we started, when the bar restrictions kind of slowly started getting lifted post-COVID, I started playing with him, doing acoustic duos, and I've been playing with him since, and been really grateful to been able to play.
One of my favorite bands for sure to watch downtown is the Dirt Road Band. Well, at first I didn't even know that y'all went by that.
Yeah, the Dirt Road Cartel.
Yeah, I did not know that because on the back of the display it always says by whoever the headliner person is. And then when I got to start really talking to him, and then he started, I didn't really notice that chest of hats. I'm just like at work, just like not even paying attention because normally the people that are up there sing, I'm like, okay, whatever.
Right.
But then I became close to him, and he started telling me like, oh, I'm in Dirt Road Cartel.
Yeah.
And he gave us the backstory of that. And I'm like, okay, cool. So like, I really think it's like that band that you guys have created is like, it's good in all kind of ways. Like the dynamic is great. Like you have a person that plays electric guitar. You got Bobby, who's like your country headliner, and you got other aspects of it. I think it's a great band.
Thank you.
Do you like the music choices that you guys have to play downtown? I want to kind of elaborate on that a little bit with that, especially with someone like you. I think you're the first person I've had on that would rather play a different genre, but kind of have to play what's, expected to downtown. Yeah, exactly. So like kind of go through that process in your head, like as far as what makes it, like what would you rather play versus what you were playing, and how does that make you feel comfortably on stage? And you can go in on it if you want,
I'm grateful that I can make a living playing guitar.
For sure,
And so ultimately, at the end of the day, like, I can pay my bills playing guitar, and I am the most thankful that I can do that. Second, I think for me, I love so many genres of music. Yeah. Country is definitely not the first thing I was drawn to, but I definitely come from a rock background. In school, I studied jazz. Grew up playing classical piano. But country really has elements of all these things.
That's very true.
Country is, blues, country is rock, country is classical. Yeah. A lot of like the ripping country like guitar solos, if you change the tone a little bit, that could be a jazz solo.
That's so true, yeah.
And some of the chord progressions could, they might be repetitive, but they have, roots from the blues and from church music, So country draws from so many things, and country can be, what it is to whoever. And so for me, it gives me a chance to, one, play every night, and that's great, but allows me to just kind of keep working on things and keep developing. And like some of the songs like we play every night that we've played for years, and so like it's repetitive, but I think when I get into a lull where I'm like, man, we're playing this song, I just try to think of like ways to freshen it up. Maybe I'm playing a different part, or maybe I'm switching something up, or I'm working on something, small things during the song that I'm like, ooh, I could make that better. And so while there's while it's not necessarily my first choice, like it's definitely a great genre for me to play kind of like every day. And the great thing about Broadway is that like we get requests, and we get to do, you know, people will come up with random wacky requests, like, and so we can try different things and fail or really succeed randomly. And you know, we do play a lot of country, but we get to do, you know, rap and rock. And,
I have noticed that you guys get a chance to like kind of switch it up. And I think when people start noticing like the electric part of it, they're like, oh, they can play this song probably. And then like the tone kind of switches. Yes. Especially like between, because like say I've seen you guys perform like the 6 to 10. Well, yeah, the 6 to 10 slot. From 6 to 8 is like, oh, okay. Yeah. And then around 9 o'clock, it just gets,
we
the
ramp
rock
it
and roll
up.
comes
we push
up.
It,
and so like I like that. And I like how you said that country music is a stem from a lot of other genres, because it really is. And like when you think about it, it can be jazz. It can be jazzy. You can rock and roll it up a little bit. I mean, look at the Hardys of the world. And look at the you know the Combs of the world. They're switching the game up when it comes to country music. Post Malone. So I think that it is a good opportunity for people to see that country can be meshed in so many different ways. Even rap has been inserted in the country world. So I love that, and I love the fact that people are open to those things because it only makes the music genre better.
Absolutely.
Do you see yourself like say for instance, like you have a song that you play on a regular basis? What do you go back to like the studio or like wherever you guys go like practice at and like kind of like switch the aesthetic of the song up? Like do you see yourself doing that often, or is it just like a cue thing?
We never rehearse. Yeah. We just
really you never rehearse.
No, we we'll rehearse if we're doing original show, just getting Bobby's originals tightened up, getting everything kind of seamless and smooth. But for Broadway, we throw and go. We full send, and
no music writing rounds.
No,
which right?
They're fun. They're different. I want to be playing electric guitar. I want to be playing rock, but I do love playing rounds too. Yeah. But yeah, if we do something like crazy musically, usually it's on the spot, and we just kind of full send it. So like, you know,
damn, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, and so like maybe like one day we're just gonna make a song like reggae, and that's like a country song. It's like, oh, we could just throw that, and then everyone in the band kind of catches on, and then we just lean into it. But it's very, you know, off the cuff, really in the moment. And
that's crazy, dude. Because like that means the talent level has to be very high, because if you can just like not, because I know bands that do practice with each other, and I know bands that like kind of like get thrown into the mix together, and like you guys are always together.
Yes.
Which is kind of a blessing, right? Because like, have y'all been in the situation where y'all had like randoms in y'all's band?
Yeah, definitely.
How does that work? Like, because I mean that you have to kind of like trust that person, right?
Absolutely. There's a level of trust, and usually especially with like Broadway, like subs, like there's a level of just general talent in Nashville that most people like. We had a time where it was kind of an emergency. We just needed a bass player, and we had someone come in and they knew everything and they could follow. And so I think one of the skills to being a good Nashville player is your ability to listen, ability to kind of follow the vibe, being flexible with things, having a good ear, and just kind of going with the flow. And so if we have someone that doesn't usually play with us, they usually bring those attributes. Or if I go and play with somebody, you know, I try to bring that kind of energy to that gig.
It's almost like a job, right? Like to a certain extent, because you guys kind of like clock in as 9 to 5ers almost a little bit downtown, I feel like, because like y'all are constantly in time slots downtown.
There's definitely an aspect of that where it's like I mean, it is a job, and it should be treated as so. You know, it's not something to be taken for granted.
Yeah, for sure.
But you know, there's a level of professionalism that has to be maintained within like your band and to the audience and the staff and venue. But yeah, no, it's great. But it's also fun to have like random like new people come into the band.
Yeah, it's kind of like challenging a little bit.
Yeah, and they'll bring their perspectives in playing, and they'll bring their style, and so it kind of freshens things up. Or sometimes they'll do something that you're like, oh, that's really cool. And then whenever like we're all together, like the kind of the regular people are together, we'll maybe implement that thing. And so it can be just like a really it's great.
Yeah, I bet it is fun. It seems like a lot of fun. Sometimes I wish like growing up, like I picked up an instrument and like kept going to. Isn't it funny, like when you look back in life and it's like, damn, like I wish I would, because I played sports growing up, right? And I played basketball and baseball, but like sometimes I'm like, can I go back in time and like play tennis or something different, you know, because like the athletic pool is so big. So like basketball players are everywhere, and like so it's hard to be like the top tier people of basketball because everybody plays. But like tennis is like more of a skilled sport for like one person. And so I was like, if I can go back, I'll probably play tennis, because I'll probably be like still playing to this day.
I feel that. Is
there anything that you would go back to and change as far as like an instrument you would pick up and learn and like have that talent now versus, you know, picking it up now? Does that make sense? No?
Yeah, I love the guitar and I love the piano. I think if I were to change something, I would have, because I had an odd relationship with the piano. I really didn't like it growing up. And then I started playing piano in churches like a lot more in high school, and I like started to like love it and be able to, that really developed another side of my musical kind of side.
Why don't you ever bring like, because like there was a time where it was a guy who would bring like a mini piano and perform at the venues.
Yes.
Have you ever thought about doing that?
No.
Why?
That's a lot more stuff to bring, honestly. So I
guess, but like people can see another side. Like,
right.
I mean, it was kind of, I didn't like that person that did it, but like it is refreshing to hear somebody play on a piano.
Definitely.
Because like for me, like one of my favorite artists that plays piano, and I forget he plays piano, is Ed Sheeran. And I'm like, when he gets on the piano, I'm like, oh yeah, he does that too, and it just sounds so beautiful. And I think, I want to just one day think about it.
Okay,
because I would love to hear you like perform a song on the piano.
All right, deal.
So we just got done from CMA week, CMA Fest, right?
Yes.
And that was kind of crazy in itself. I'm still exhausted from it.
Yes.
What's the breakdown of you guys at CMA Fest? Like, how do y'all go about the preparation and just the overall like thought process of what entails CMA Fest?
Nothing really kind of changes a whole lot kind of day of. I think the big preparation is like trying to get like your social media stuff together, getting whenever there's like a big event, it's good to be prepped for people to like be there. And so you want to make things accessible to those people to find you, to be able to kind of follow up. So that was kind of in the preparation. As far as our shows, everything's kind of stays the same, you know, go do what you got to do.
So it's business as usual always.
Business as usual. Yeah. Kind of go out there and throw down and do what you can.
Yeah, I kind of feel that because like we as bartenders, like the only thing about CMAs we get prepared for is to make a little bit more money.
Yeah.
But like everything else is just business as usual.
Exactly.
Or like leave work early or go to work early because traffic is bad.
Exactly.
But other than that, it's just like a fucking regular routine. But I mean, CMA Fest is fun. I always have to work a lot during the time of it, but like I do go out and try to like go to the concerts. Do you have like a highlight this year of CMA? Like, did you go out and do stuff, or did you feel the atmosphere of what was going on downtown?
I did. On Sunday, I went out with some friends and saw Ella Langley perform, and she was electric.
Yeah.
So that was definitely a highlight. Other than that, just kind of like roamed around and kind of saw a little bit kind of the fest. But
do y'all promote during CMAs a lot? Like, do y'all go out and boots to the ground, like promote like y'all's?
No, not really.
I mean, I guess because y'all have the QR codes and stuff like that. When y'all perform, y'all have the accessibility. You have to kind of go on your social media. So like, I think that's very smart. I was a little upset that I didn't get to see Benson Boone. Because he performed at, I think, the stage on the Cumberland River.
Yes.
And it was like a free concert.
Yes.
And I think Friday or Saturday. One day I worked. I was pissed. And I mean, I don't know why. Like, I remember, I think I kind of like saw his progression like in my face. Because like he's one of the few new artists that I've actually seen like from beginning to right now. Cool. And I like him a lot, and I like his music, and he can really sing, and like he's very talented, and he's hot. So I wanted to see him, and I was pissed because he flips and does all these acrobats, and he's like very like animated, and it's like a different vibe for like CMA Fest. Like when you go to a concert, you're getting to see a Benson Boone show, versus like a whatever, like a regular thing. And I was so upset, but whatever. I was talking to Bobby about you guys' touring and stuff like that. Okay, we're gonna switch gears a little bit.
Okay.
So when we go on tour, what's the vibe like for tours? Like, is it like exhausting? Like, as far, I mean, do you guys camp? Like, what do you guys do? Like, I'm curious because I'm kind of wanting to like go on one of these tours with y'all or with some band.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of curious to know the vibes of like how the whole operation is.
Vibes are like really relaxed. We don't like to, essentially like the two main things that have to happen on like a show day is like sound check and show. And then you kind of got to figure out the rest. And so, for instance, if we're doing like a one-off, so like let's say we're playing Saturday night somewhere, and it's like within like 8 hours or so, we'll leave kind of in the morning, get there, go to sound check. We'll kind of drive directly to sound check, get that done, get that knocked out, go to a hotel, chill, relax. I'll work out. We'll find some food or a snack. Yeah. Bobby will take a nap. I'll chill. Bobby will take a
nap. Don't throw him under the bus like that. He's older now.
Oh.
He's going to see this and say, fuck you, Dave.
Yeah, he will. He loves his naps. But, and then we'll chill at the hotel and then go to show, come back, chill at the hotel, get some food, relax, hang out. Yeah. Sometimes we'll like hang out at a bar that's like nearby or something. Yeah. And then next day drive back, and usually we'll have a show like here Sunday. Yeah. So come back here, run home, shower, and then
just get back to work again.
Yeah.
See, in my mind, I'm like going on tour with a band seems like, back in the 80s, when you just like you have like your groupies and shit, and like everybody's fucking on drugs and like just partying. Is that that's my idea of like going on tour. So every time like I talk to you guys or Bobby or like whoever else that I know in the industry like actually takes their gigs on tours, I'm like, that must be a party.
It's really chill.
Is it really?
It's so chill.
Oh my God. I don't want to go. I don't want to go now.
No, it's a lot of fun because it's like a big hangout. Like, it's so much fun. Like the camaraderie is great. Yeah. Like hang out with everybody, and it's nice, and it's nice to get away and kind of hang out. Yeah.
So you found your family.
Yeah, it's a great family, great friends, really close bonds. And especially because I've been playing with Bobby and them so long.
How long have you been with them?
Since 2020-ish.
Okay. So before or after COVID?
After COVID.
So 2022. 2021, 22. 21.
Yeah.
Yeah.
21 then.
So, okay, cool. That's a long time.
Yeah.
So like you guys, like, I guess I can see now how you can get on stage and just go because like it just clicks. Yeah. That's fun, man. I don't know. I was talking about it. I was like, I want to go on one of these tours, but I feel like I'll throw the vibe off because I'm a partier. I'm a party girl, and like I want to go mostly to like kind of spread my content. Yeah, because I feel like I'm missing out on that realm because I don't get to go on tour or like I don't get to post live videos of me doing what I do downtown, right? Or have like this big ass poster of my QR codes and stuff, because like it's kind of like a cheat code, but in a good way,
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm just trying to avenue around like how to get a broader audience as far as like a following audience, because like I have a big viewership, but like the audience of like following is like at a limited amount right now, but we'll get there. Switching gears again. Okay. You are young and you are very good looking.
Oh, thank you.
I want to know as far as anybody hit on you? Like, okay, so there's people in the crowd and they get handsy and people start drinking and stuff like that, and like towards like the later part of the night, people start getting closer and closer and closer to the stage, or they try to get on stage. Have you had any like girls just throw themselves at you, or like numbers, or like put the number in the bucket or whatever, and like you find out like the next day or the next like at the end of the night, like I got a number or whatever. Like is that something that happens to you often?
It happens occasionally.
I feel like it happens a lot.
I wouldn't say
you don't
often.
have to lie on my podcast.
It happens when it happens.
Okay, and do you act on it? Like what? I mean, you're single, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I'm sorry, I'm making.
Oh no, you're so fine.
This is my vibe. So like. Have you ever acted on it?
I have before, yes.
I love that.
But not like at the moment, like not right now.
But you don't just go fishing for it. Because there's some guys or girls that perform downtown that just like, that's their vibe. That's their angle all the time. Right. And it's really cringe. And like, I've never seen you like do that, but I know girls are like, who's that guy? Because because the first week I saw y'all's band, I was like, he doesn't belong there. Because like everybody's not like in a bad way. Like everybody's older.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's more like I wouldn't say polished, but seasoned. You know what I mean? Like they're rustic. Like they're all like
rustic.
You know, like they're all just like rock and rollish, but like old country vibe. Like you're over there like shiny new object. Get metal guitar, like well, you know, like just out there, just like whatever. And I'm like, he doesn't belong over there. But then you start to hear the band, and it makes sense. Like, but from the eye point of view, it's like, what is he doing in this band? But you guys are great, obviously. Thank you. So I was talking to you about your music. Yes. You do have, or you're working on music for yourself, right?
Yes.
Let's talk about that a little bit. I would love to know the motivation behind it, like what inspired it, what to expect from it, all that kind of stuff. Absolutely. So like, I would love to hear that from you.
Cool. Well, I released my first single this past Friday.
Congrats.
It's called Domino. Thank you so much. Very excited.
And what's it called again?
Domino.
Domino.
And it's under Mathura. It's the artist's name.
Oh, so you're going by your artist name, their last name.
Yes.
That's kind of, I like that.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's very Japanese.
Thank you. I'll
take
that.
Is it Japanese?
No.
Okay.
It's Indian, but that's okay.
Well, whatever. Well, not whatever, but like, sorry, whatever.
No, I know what you mean. No worries. I wanted to.
Like, what the fuck?
No, you're so fine.
I was fishing for your ethnicity. That's how I did it. So.
That's okay.
Okay.
And so I've got 3 more songs to release, so 4 songs total for a EP. It'll be when it's all together. The next one is coming out July 4th.
Okay. Oh,
yeah,
that's a good day to drop something.
It's a great Friday for it.
Yeah. And it's 4th of July too.
It is 4th of July, so they'll have something to listen to that weekend. You know, but the motivation of it was you've seen me play. Mm-hmm. Rock is definitely something I'm more comfortable with, especially singing. And I wanted to just kind of start creating my own version of it and start really working on developing a sound. And this is kind of like my first jump into that. And
okay, so you're developing. This is your truth now. Like, this is you.
Yeah, this feels very me. This feels very authentic me. And the inspiration of the music was I wanted it to be heavy but very approachable. Okay. So a lot of rock, like heavier rock influences, but I wanted catchy choruses. I wanted good hooks.
Is it like something we can expect to be like very like loud as far as like not loud, like you know what I mean? Like because rock and roll is very like
it's definitely loud.
It's very intense sometimes for people. And I've heard you sing your version of it, and I'm like, that sounds so good.
Oh, thank you.
So like, I'm expecting like a ballad. I'm a ballad girl. I love a nice ballad. So like, do you have anything in your repertoire as far as like, or I guess you consider catalog, right?
Yeah,
I'm doing my homework, and like, are you like transitioning from rock to something else, and like,
it'll be primarily rock.
Okay, cool.
For these 4 songs are definitely rock, and then kind of what I'm projecting for like the next set of songs that I'm going to record, definitely kind of rock, but that'll kind of depend on the songs I end up choosing and stuff. But for these 4, definitely kind of high energy rock. Love big that. Power vocals. I wanted stuff that like kind of pushed me musically, vocally. Something that like when I was like recording this, I recorded this with my producer Luke Rice, and I wanted this to be something that I could look back in a few years and be like really proud of. Like it'd be great if millions of people listen to it. That'd be awesome. That'd be fun. But
they will. We're gonna speak that into existence.
We are gonna speak that into existence.
It's already happened.
Awesome.
Yeah.
But I really just wanted to make something that I could be like, yeah, that was unique and that was me and that was everything. Like I put everything into that that I could for those songs.
I love that. And I'll connect with you on that a lot actually, because when you're putting yourself out there for the first time, it is very nerve-wracking because it's almost more like I'm doing this for you more than I'm doing it for myself at first. Because like when you're doing something like this or like music, it's always like you're doing it for the perspective of somebody else's viewpoint, and that can become nerve-wracking. Then you get to a point where you're like, okay, I'm doing this for me, and that's when things start kind of really coming full circle for you.
Agreed.
So I think that I'm happy and I'm congratulatory that you're doing these things. I think it's an outlet always to express yourself in something you really love to do. And I want to listen to the music because I'm a rock and roll fan. I like all music, so I'm really excited to hear it, and I
Thank you.
can't wait to get the information I can to put it on our podcast. And like,
Appreciate that.
You know, and how do I find like the song you have out now?
It's out everywhere on all the streaming platforms.
Okay, under Mathura, right?
Under Mathura, correct.
Okay.
Yes, and so I've got a link to it on my Instagram, on my TikTok, and that. But yeah, it's out everywhere. You can find it on however you listen to it.
It's easy listening. You just go boom,
yeah.
Mathura.
Boom.
And you are on all platforms, and correct. Also I think we follow you as well, and yes. I think my personal page follows you also. Yes. So I can just find that, tag it, post it, repost it, share it.
Absolutely.
Also. So we're gonna so last time Bobby was here, I played this little game with him.
Okay, I'm ready.
Because I want to like break a little ice. Because cool. This is me getting to know you too. You know,
right? We're getting to know.
Yeah, we're becoming friends like for the first time. So we played this game where like I asked him a few things about how he felt about certain places, and you cannot answer it.
Okay.
That's what the drinking came about. But like it's right now it's 10 whatever o'clock, and I'm not touching alcohol right now.
I feel.
So one thing I want to know is like, what's your favorite venue to play at downtown?
Okay.
And what's your least favorite venue to play downtown, and why?
Okay.
And you don't have to answer it,
mm-hmm.
but you can elaborate on it to like it can be tasteful. Like you don't, mm-hmm. it can be like I like this place because of this.
Yeah.
I prefer this. You know, like you're not gonna slam against anything. I'm curious to know, like cool. As the audience. Yeah.
My two favorite stages to play. Morgan Wallen's main floor. Always a great time. The weekends energy's great. I just enjoy playing there. And then Jason's rooftop, whenever it's slammed, it is slammed, and that is, I mean, it's the it bar.
It's fun. It's fun. And you know what? A lot of people say that like playing it. I asked this question for a reason. Because one, it gets the opportunity for people to understand where we go and like where to go to listen to good music at. And then two, because like comfortability for people is a big thing. And like when you go to Morgan's, like the main floor is great because there's seating area. You know, the bar is kind of tucked to the back, so you can, when you come in, you're not like super crowded like you would be at a place like that's kind of tight.
Yeah.
And the stage is up high.
Yeah.
So it's almost like you're at a concert, right? So like for people that listen to this podcast, I have people and viewers that listen from New York and like Florida, and they come in town. They're like, "Where do we go? Where do we go?"
Yeah.
And so these questions kind of stem around that. Because I think one of the best stages for me is Garth Brooks, because the stage is kind of up high a little bit, is focused towards the audience, and it's like you're at a concert. And that's why I like the Jason's, like when I go to Jason's and hang out there, I think I like it because it is a vibe.
Yeah.
And like everybody's there, but I feel like people are more engaged listening to music at like a Morgan's or a stage.
Yeah.
So that's why I asked that question.
Absolutely.
Not because I was trying to be shady.
No.
Well, I wasn't, but I was. And like as far as the staff for me too, like, do you think that the staff at places you play at really makes a difference for you too? Like you're like for the band's vibe?
Yes.
And explain to me why you think that.
All right. Staff, security, you know, the whole team, like it's not just us, you know, 4 or 5 on that stage and then like that's it. Like it's a team effort for a show, regardless if it's at a bar or a venue or a stadium. Like it's a team effort, and all the people involved matter and are important. And so the bartending staff, the security, the managers, like everything has to be kind of flowing together, and we're all working together. And so when it's friendly, when you're friends with everybody, like it makes the experience just way better, because like let's say you have an issue, it's easier to, you know, handle those kind of things or resolve them. Or, you know, if it's a great night, like everyone wins. Like if we're making a lot of money, bartenders are making a lot of money, we're hoping.
Yeah, it's a whole vibe.
It's a whole thing. And so when it's all good, like that's you know all we can ask for is that totally everybody wins.
Exactly. And guests can see that too, because like there's been times where like you guys are playing and I come into work and I just, you know, I come in like high energy, like I dap y'all up coming across, and the guests see that and they're like, okay, fuck yeah, we're here, we're partying. And I think that's very important. I use this platform a lot for like unity and growth for the community, because we get a lot of separation between artists, bands, bartenders, even us bartenders to bartenders. Like there's such a disconnect sometimes when it comes to like community. I think, and like today we have volleyball that all the bars are a part of, and that's a good opportunity to have like camaraderie. But for the general aspect, sometimes can seem a little separated. So I try to use this as like, you know, an opportunity for people to just come together and just like stop being like prideful, just be friends, because we're all in this together. And like Broadway it's like one heartbeat, right?
Absolutely.
But I'm totally stoked to hear the new music. I can't wait to see what you have left in the future. Is there anything you want to leave us with that we should be expecting from you in the future?
More songs, more content on social is going to be doing.
Are you going to be shirtless?
No.
Well, I guess I'll tune this too.
Well, I appreciate the viewership regardless.
I'm here for sex bait, okay? Just let me let you know, like, I'm here for whatever. But go ahead, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's it. Yeah, just new my single Domino's out right now.
Okay.
And next song will be out in a couple weeks, July 4th.
Hell yeah, I can't wait to
I am
hear
excited too. And I'm just excited to just start this artistic journey and be able to like share my music and my art with people and
be completely open to, like, be vulnerable. Like, music is all about vulnerability, I think.
Exactly.
So yeah, the more we can see you, the more we're gonna approach you in that way. Well, congratulations, man. Thank you
so
again
much.
for coming on the show. Like I said, I'm gonna tag a lot of things for the music. I want you to send me all the stuff that you have so we can like utilize that. It's been a great time. I'm really excited to see what you have left or what to give in the future for your music. And I'm going to be hoping that you come out shirtless. Just kidding. Thanks again for coming. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you.